1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12!
Welcome to the A-Train Show, the show where you can ride with A-Train, dropping the facts you know. Latest in sports and entertainment. Word up, we running the pavement. Get your pens ready, got the hot takes that'll make the headlines sweaty. Welcome to the A-Train Show, the show where you can take a ride with the A-Train. Talking the latest in sports and entertainment. Yeah, it's the A-Train. Peace. Welcome to the A-Train Show, the show where you can ride with A-Train, dropping the facts you know. Latest in sports and entertainment. Word up, we running the pavement. Get your pens ready, got the hot takes that'll make the headlines sweaty. Welcome to the A-Train Show, the show where you can take a ride with the A-Train. Talking the latest in sports and entertainment. Yeah, it's the A-Train. Peace. Welcome to the A-Train Show, the show where you can ride with A-Train, dropping the facts you know. Latest in sports and entertainment. Word up, we running the pavement. Get your pens ready, got the hot takes that'll make the headlines sweaty. Welcome to the A-Train Show, the show where you can take a ride with the A-Train. Talking the latest in sports and entertainment. Yeah, it's the A-Train. Peace. Welcome to the A-Train Show, the show where you can ride with A-Train, dropping the facts you know. Latest in sports and entertainment. Word up, we running the pavement. Get your pens ready, got the hot takes that'll make the headlines sweaty. Welcome to the A-Train Show, the show where you can take a ride with the A-Train. Talking the latest in sports and entertainment. Yeah, it's the A-Train. Peace. Welcome to the A-Train Show, the show where you can ride with A-Train, dropping the facts you know. Latest in sports and entertainment. Word up, we running the pavement. Get your pens ready, got the hot takes that'll make the headlines sweaty. Welcome to the A-Train Show, the show where you can take a ride with the A-Train. Talking the latest in sports and entertainment. Yeah, it's the A-Train. Peace. Welcome to the A-Train Show, the show where you can ride with A-Train, dropping the facts you know. Latest in sports and entertainment. Word up, we running the pavement. Get your pens ready, got the hot takes that'll make the headlines sweaty. Welcome to the A-Train Show, the show where you can take a ride with the A-Train. Talking the latest in sports and entertainment. Yeah, it's the A-Train. Peace. Welcome to the A-Train Show.
Welcome to this edition of the A-Train Show. The A-Train Arlington Lane. My camera is out for the moment, so just stick around, but we want to make sure we get this bad boy under control. This is the A-Train Show on a Thursday afternoon. Yo, so thank y'all so much for tuning in to the show today. Hey, man, it's an A-Train adventure, man. I'm telling you this. What I mean is an adventure. I am outside. I'm outside and trying to get it to the next spot. You know, that's how I do things on certain days, and I'm grateful for all of that and whatnot. Thank you for tuning in once again. Hey, the NBA playoffs is crazy, man. And I hate it. I hate that I missed it last night. I really did, because I had to go to sleep. I had to come to work, and I had to be at work at 4 a.m, man. You know, it's like that sometimes. You know, so just make sure. I heard about last night's thrilling game that went to overtime with the Detroit Pistons and the Cleveland Cavaliers, and somehow the Cleveland Cavaliers pulled it out. And they stole game 5, which now they have the advantage going into game 6 on Friday night. And I'm shocked. I'm shocked and appalled, man, because I really thought that Detroit was going to pull that one out, and they find themselves in a 3-2 hole. But they've been here before. They did that with Orlando when they was up 3-1. They messed around. They were the comeback kids, and they stole the next 3 and advanced. And this Detroit Pistons team is starting to remind me a bit of the Boston Celtics back in 2008, almost 20 years now that we think about it. It's amazing to me that we have a team that's almost somewhat similar to that group. You got a star player, you know, Kay Cunningham, Paul Pierce, and, you know, I can't say the others are exactly the same, but, you know, see, get myself together and get up out of here. All right.
Funded.
Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much. You might have got on a live telecast, but it's okay. Nobody can see you. But yeah, I'm surprised more than anything that the Detroit Pistons are finding themselves back against the wall once again in these playoffs. And I don't know if they are even prepared to take that next step. And the Knicks are just sitting there waiting after just sweeping the sleeves off the Sixers. Like, I don't even know if this team is even worthy of being NBA champions this year or getting to the NBA championship. Let me not go that far. But this was a squad that was definitely a title contending team. And I was curious. About this group, you know, and they once again find themselves in a 0-2 hole. I mean, 3-2 hole, going on the road, seeing if they can steal a win and pull out a game 7. So we'll see what happens when it gets to Friday night. Of course, we got another game 6 in store. With the Spurs and the Timberwolves, and them two squads getting back at it again. I told you I'm outside, but you can't tell I'm outside. But I'm definitely looking forward to that. So no games today on Thursday. I guess with the NFL schedule release dropping today, I think it would have been perfect. I guess it just goes to show that the NFL still remains king over everyone else. And there's no other group that can beat it. There's no other sports league or entity that can top the NFL, and the NFL remains king as it is. And so the NFL schedule release is being dropped. And if what has been told to me is true, I'm finding my way week 1 to Houston, Texas. Because it just seemed like the Buffalo Bills and Houston, you can't get them away from each other in Houston. And I would be glorified If that first game is in Houston, I am making my way to that opening game in Houston with Buffalo against Houston, if it's true. So I'm gonna find a way to make it there and jump in with this Houston Texans squad, because that's my team always, not always has been, but ever since DeMeco Ryans took over. I ain't gonna lie, I did check in with the David Cawley and Lovie Smith era. As brief as those times were, it is what it is. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to that. But much success has happened for DeMeco over the last 3 seasons, have won 3 wild card games, but have lost 3 divisional games. So his record sits at 3-3 in the playoffs. But he's had 3 10-win seasons to start his head coaching career. So very curious to see what drops as we get to this schedule release this evening. I think they're doing a prime time thing. NFL Network, ESPN, all those guys are jumping on and doing the whole schedule. So I'm curious. Can't wait to see what translate from that. Yeah, I can't wait to see what translates from that and what kind of games that we have in store for the 2026 season. So yeah, I'm pretty pumped up about that. Like I said, NBA playoffs won't be till Friday night. 2 teams are awaiting their opponents in the Knicks and the Thunder. So we'll see how that one translates as we getting closer to Friday. All right. Take a quick time out. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. I thought he was on the road, but he's not. He's not on the road. So he got me. He got me for real, man. But let's go ahead and make some stuff shake. Oh, see, there I am. You think you see me, but I now had to get my camera together, but it was hard. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, bring him in.
What up, man?
Sir.
I'm chilling, man. How you feeling?
Burning up, man. It is like ridiculously warm here in the Lou, and man, I'm like, come on, dog. Can we do this a little bit differently, a little bit better? There we go. But I can't help it. I can't help.
You in all ball, man, all the way across.
Oh yeah, I went. Oh yeah, that's the other thing, folks. I don't went full fledged. I cut everything off. I was like, I'm starting over. We are starting over season.
I see.
And so I said, I'm starting all the way over.
Yeah.
Man, I'm talking about.
I
And
see.
so
you,
yeah. I got people doing, man, you look like a creep. You look like you could be a serial killer, man. No, I ain't none of those things, man. I ain't none of
I don't know about all that, but okay.
Exactly, because I don't feel that pressure either. But I don't feel that pressure either, man. So you hear about last night with the Cavaliers and Pistons, man? Overtime and Cavaliers pulling it out.
Yeah, I saw the game.
I'm mad, man, but again, as I said earlier, the Pistons is finding themselves behind, against the wall once again. In the first round, they was 3-1 to Orlando. They came and crawled all the way back and they won. And now they find themselves in a similar scenario against a Cavs team that I guess wanted it more in Detroit.
I mean, do you blame him?
No, I don't. I don't blame him one bit. It's like with the Pistons. I mean, with the 08 Celtics. Remember, they was having those troubles getting past certain teams as well before.
Yep.
They went the first 3 series 7 games before they finished off the Lakers in 6. Shout out to all you Laker fans.
Man, listen.
They played 27 games in that postseason. 27 or 28.
All I'm saying is, do you blame him? I mean,
No.
the Cleveland Cavaliers were like, and I kept saying to myself, I'm like, Detroit is starting to ease up, and you can't do that. You just can't do that.
Right.
But, at the same time, it's good basketball. I think it's.
Yeah, it is. It is very good basketball. I'm going to step away for just a second. And I don't know if you still can hear me or not. I just want to make sure my friends on Facebook can see the show and whatnot.
Gotcha. It's definitely good basketball, man. Good NBA basketball that is taking place. And it's great to see it. I think that series is going to go all 7. I think Wemby is looking to close out their series. I don't see a lot of comeback for Minnesota. They didn't play with no heart or play like they really had the heart to want to finish it or to even put them on their back. So I'm just praying. I mean, hopefully, man, these games have been looking good. They've been looking pretty promising. And so we're gonna keep our eye on it. We're definitely gonna keep our eye on it. Man, it is hot out there, and I got on this long sleeve shirt.
This NFL schedule release, I seen one about the Cowboys and Giants. I think they're gonna be the first Sunday night game of the year. So that'll be interesting. I'm also seeing Bills Texans for week 1. I said if that happens, I think I might have to make a trip I'll make that trip to Houston then. Might have to put in my might have to put in my vacation time for that and start getting my shekels together so that way I can scrunch up some money and go ahead and see that group down there, man.
Come on, man.
I said I was going to do it. Say, come on through. All right. All right. I got a place to lay low for.
Yeah.
I got a place to lay low, you telling me? I just need a pillow and a blanket. That's it, man. I sleep on anybody's floor. It don't. I sleep on the floors if I have to, man. All right. But look, I'm looking at this 2026 season, all the moves that has been made, especially over in the AFC North. Now that one guy is now playing against the rival team. Now you get to play against them twice with Trey Hendrickson now playing with the Bengals. So it's like, man, how did that even work out like that? And there's going to be some interesting storylines coming up in this 2026 season that we'll get to at some point. But, I'm just looking forward to seeing what this schedule release is looking like because I got to start pinning my dates, just like I said. And if everything fall into place, man, that's where I'm headed. I'm headed that way, man. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. You know what we like to talk about.
Let's talk about it.
About some WWE. Now, there is some speculation around in wrestling with this New Day stuff. Speculating, and your boy Jonathan Coachman love to jump out and say certain things to get people talking. So one of the stories that he's saying is that the New Day, meaning Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods, are looking at AEW to be with, being a part of AEW. If that was the case, would that be a good move for them, or should they stay away?
if Xavier is still hurt, then I don't think it'll be a great move. If he's not still hurt, I still don't think it would be the greatest move, but I do think it would. Of course, they're gonna relive certain battles or certain matches, or try to make a dream match out of Adam Copeland and Christian. Yeah, I'm sure that will be a dream match at some point. The New Day versus old school Edge and Christian.
Old school Edge and Christian. Yeah, they show is old school, that's for sure.
For sure. They both got gray hair too. They got more gray hair than the Golden Girls.
And they in their 50s too, man. So it's like, do we really want to see that?
I mean, that's all I'm saying. That's the only thing you would get out of it.
Because this show ain't showing elite, man. Because that's what I'm saying, man. I get it. AEW is meant for the old heads that don't have to work a lot of dates like they used to, and then they can work outside of the promotion if the situation arises. It's not a big huge thing for that. But I'm like, do you really, really, truly want to be there just because you love wrestling, or you want to get paid? And
it's probably gonna be about the paycheck,
and not having to work a lot of days. Because Swerve is now Swerve is now going on record and saying that he ain't happy with what's going on in AEW.
Yeah, but
he ain't out there wrestling.
Back some of them days too.
He ain't out there wrestling no more. He's just out there being a figurehead for Tony Khan. I was like, that was the price you paid when you decided to take your business towards AEW. Nobody said you had to go to AEW. You could have went to TNA. Or you could have went to New Japan. But you said
took him in Evolve.
Yeah. But see, that's WWE product. That's WWE product. So
still,
and he wasn't a part of none of that.
That's my point.
But the way that he sees it is that they didn't look at him as a bankable star compared to AEW. Then he had the match with Will Ospreay, and everything looked good for him, And now he's not even on television anymore, and hadn't been in recent weeks, and he's upset about that he's not being featured. I'm like, think about it. If that's the case, a lot of folk in WWE will be in the same sentiment as Swerve.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a big
and
fact.
They will be going on record saying all the stuff that Swerve is saying.
Yeah.
Just think about the people that ain't been on TV in weeks.
It's quite a few of them.
It's quite a bunch of them, and I'm sitting there looking at it like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's quite a few of them died.
I don't even know what the next PLE is for. Is it Clash? Clash in Italy?
For AEW?
No, for WWE. It's Clash in Italy, ain't it?
Whichever one is. No, it's not. It's what's going on in June?
I thought it was Clash. Because Backlash is done. We ain't got that.
It might be Clash. I was thinking that Clash was in July.
Because Punk is not going to be a part of their international tour. They announced that. Punk ain't going to be on TV for a while.
Right.
A lot of people speculate he's retiring and stuff.
Main event is Clash in Italy is on the 31st.
Of July?
Yep. No, of May 31st. Clash of Italy.
So they skipping June, is what you're telling me? So it's in 2 weeks?
Yep.
I don't like what you see.
Saturday night main event, and then you got Clash at Italy.
Takeout menu at it again. Takeout menu is at it again. They're trying to get all these dates
Night
in.
of Champions. Night of Champions. That's the one you was talking about. Night of Champions. That's in June.
What?
Night of Champions is in June. That's gonna be in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, that's right. That ain't
And
ain't
then-
Crown Jewel. That's what the
And they bringing back the Great American Bash sometime in July.
ain't that NXT. That's NXT though, right?
I think that's NXT. Yep.
Because NXT been known to take all
Yeah,
these
that's right.
WCW
That's right.
stuff and use
So
it as
that's it.
theirs.
That's it then. And then we're gonna have a couple of Saturday night main events between one in May, one in July, and then the next thing is SummerSlam.
All right, everything got to be geared up towards SummerSlam. I don't like it. Takeout menu doing too much,
Okay,
man.
so I did finally see. I finally got a chance to see WWE Raw.
Okay.
Let me say this. I don't like what they're doing with Oba. And I don't like I'm on the fence about whether or not I like this Jacob Roman feud.
So you 50-50 is what you're saying.
I'm 50-50. I have some
Okay.
pros and cons to both.
Okay.
So I guess my question to you is, does Roman drop the belt to Jacob
No.
at any point?
No.
Then why we keep
'Cause why-
letting this go?
Because this is about destruction. And you know Jacob likes to self-destruct,
Good.
right?
I don't know. I'm yawning. Jesus.
He like to destruct. And sometimes you shoot, I guess Jacob putting people to sleep too. You know what I mean? When you watch the
I still
takeout
don't
menu
get it,
product.
I don't get it. Why not
What's it
take
not to
these?
get?
Why not take these next few moments to build the feud between Roman and Oba?
I think with that,
I'm just curious.
they really trying to stretch this out for Oba. And because they don't want Oba to jump on it so quick. And I don't blame them, but here's the problem. The problem is that they don't have nothing for Oba.
They don't have nothing for Jacob. You think about it. If you're not gonna put the belt on him,
You
What's the
don't have the
point of this?
bloodline. You don't have Solo. You ain't got the Tongas.
what are you gonna do with him? He's unhinged. What are you gonna do? The
Keep
only
destruct-
reason for his fight right now is because of that belt. So you mean to tell me we finna have another storyline that ain't gonna finish? I think it's gonna be a waste of time.
I ain't gonna lie. I do like what's going on. I don't like where it's going. Like, my man, I understand. The
Just
end of the
saying.
backlash was the wackest to me. I don't like that. Because my man sat there. He took was it a Superman punch to end the match?
Yeah.
And a spear.
Yep.
And then my Negro popped up after it was over, and then to put the tongue in death grip.
All I'm saying is where are we
That's gonna
going?
get stale. That's
Where
gonna
we
get
going?
stale, man.
What I'm saying is where are we going? Because Monday night the show ended with Jacob being in the ring with the belt. So are you
I had to put the
insinuating?
tongue from death grip on it.
Are you insinuating that at some point he's finna get the belt?
We got 3 months till, 2.5 months till SummerSlam, because it was the first weekend in August.
So are you insinuating him putting the belt on him? And if you are, then when do you do it? And then after when do you do it? Now you got to ask yourself, what do you do? Are we gonna get a Oba versus
Versus
Jacob
Jacob.
before we get an Oba versus Roman. It again, just the bad timing of writing and all of that. It's just bad timing.
And what, Roman been taking off the June dates. So that
Yep,
means if
that's
he's
my
going
point.
to lose, he would have to lose at Clash in Italy.
I don't know.
You know, and what's funny is that was it last year? Was it last year or the year before? I want to say it was last year. At the beginning of the year, we said we want to see what a Jacob World Heavyweight title would look like. We said
I'm
that.
cool with it. I'm cool with it. But I think I would have did that when Drew had the belt.
Oh, and do that street fight and whatnot, and for the title.
Remember,
they
he
would've-
was on SmackDown at that time.
They looking at Jacob as not a main event player. They don't see that. Because if that's the case, then Royce Keys gonna have to be a main event
He
player
giving you
himself
main
too.
Yeah,
Well, right, but that's because of
he ain't
Roman.
ready.
Who ain't ready?
That's what I'm saying. So, Royce Keys.
No, of course not. Not for what they looking for. I wouldn't think he would be fine, doing that. But at the same time, I'm like, they don't think he's ready.
He's not.
Because even when he was Powerhouse Hobbs, he wasn't no main event player
at all. That's my point. But I think you would go ahead and put the belt on Jacob. But again, if you're going to build to a storyline of Roman versus Oba, this storyline with Jacob don't make sense right now. It does not make sense at all. So how do you rectify it? How do you fix it?
Is there anything that can be fixed?
I don't know.
Could you fix it to where it could make sense?
Yeah, I could.
So what would we change? Would we change anything in what's going on right now, or we would just make addition? Like if we had to make an addition or subtraction, what would we do to make this thing work?
So I think for me, if it was me, I probably would let Oba come back out, have another open challenge, let Jacob come out and be the one to beat him, and then let Roman come out and tease it like, man, you thought you was the most dominant, unhinged, ... So you can't even beat this Joker. So it sets up a match between Jacob and Oba, but then it sets up the opportunity for Oba to then fight Roman Reigns. I think it does open up a can of worms. But that's me writing versus whoever's in the writing room.
So, okay. Like, because my thing is Oba is Raw or SmackDown. He's not really tied to a show. He's still considered a free agent.
That's my point.
Because they are built him to be like Brock Lesnar. And what I mean by that is they're building him where he don't have to be tied to one show. He could go on SmackDown. He can go have a match. That's what I really want. I want him to have that match with Cody again.
Yeah.
But they can't do that because, one, Oba don't have a belt. Granted, it was a champion versus champion match. And I'm not going to see Oba, he beat Brock Lesnar, so that might happen where Cody QB1 take over and he get 3 crossroads on Oba Femi and he actually beat him.
Sure. Not when he
it will lead to some bull crap like that, though. You know that.
I know it. It's probably going to end like that. It's probably going to end as if somebody's just going to randomly come out and beat the dog out of him like he's beatable. And yeah, they not gonna make him invincible like they did Brock Lesnar.
What's up, Robin? How are you? He said, "Hey, this is my good friend Robin Barney. Shit, I ain't heard from her in a long time. Where you been, girl? Where you been?"
Hello, Miss
But
Robin.
yeah. So okay, so I guess that's the curious case is what can we do because those are the two top stars that you need right now. You need Oba, you need Jacob, and you need Roman. Right? Roman is gonna be
and you really need Braun Breaker. And you really be honest, you need Braun Breaker.
Roman is gonna crash, man. He's gonna crash, man. He's gonna crash and burn.
I'm saying you need them. These are people you need going now.
I'll take his cousin who's playing for the Saints, right? I'll take the cousin for the Saints, man. No, man. But on the real,
we ain't seen LA Knight. Did they fire him?
It's the biggest one to me, man. Wait a minute.
I just thought I'd ask.
Okay. Took him off television. Hey, bro, sit this one out. Just go and sit this one out. We ain't got nothing for you, dog.
I just really thought I'd ask, bro.
Hey, we'll give you $500,000. Just go away and sit. Just sit down. We'll figure something out later. We gotta get you back in the trade.
We ain't seen him. Maybe they then asked him. We don't know it.
What's for him to do?
I mean,
they didn't move Jacob and Jimmy over with Roman now, so he ain't fooling with that. He's not fooling with the Vision. They have no They have no point with him. They have now inserted the Street Profits with the Vision. But the other thing that we've been wanting, brother, we've been wanting Montez Ford to have a solo spot, right?
I said that too.
What better person to get it against is Seth Rollins?
I mean, yeah.
Because they kind of, in my opinion, I don't care what anybody think, they kind of one and the same. And I would not mind seeing a match between the two of them. And I think it's time. And even had to do that at Clash, y'all. Or if the Clash they'll do or at Raw, do a Raw match. Say if I win, you leave us alone. We lose, we join you.
Yeah.
You know, he want to do his because he's trying to find people to go against the Vision because he want his group back. And he's not getting his group back. I appreciate that, Robin. Thank you. Yeah, life is life, and I definitely understand that. But yeah, as I'm sitting here today, we've been on Montez and Montez Ford having a baby. We got him on a high right now. You know what I'm saying? So he need to be somewhere.
Yeah.
Where he can be featured. You know, and Dawkins, you know, they call themselves Team Leave It In. No pullout is what they call themselves. They call themselves no pullout. But my thing is if you've been to push these guys, you might as well go ahead and push them now.
This would be the time. I think they're going to, though. I think they're going to get the push that they need.
And I get him flack for my co-host on the X-Man show saying Angelo is better than Montez. I'm like, where? Where?
No, sir. No, sir.
Where?
Robin said, I'm claiming right now that the Samoan Werewolf will take Roman's belt. I don't know. I do believe they're going to probably let him keep it to SummerSlam.
And then get who? Oba?
If they're no. See, the issue is
man, I'm getting mad.
I'm gonna tell you what the issue is. They done started this storyline with Jacob Fatu. I'm telling you, they've started this storyline with Jacob, and they cannot break this storyline. If you're gonna put the belt on Oba, it's probably gonna be around Royal Rumble or it's going to lead into WrestleMania, and he'll take
No,
the
because
belt
we want him to win the Rumble. We want him to win the Rumble so he can have that WrestleMania match for the championship. But it's like we cannot wait that long because we are some microwave and takeout menu is playing with us, man. You takeout menu keep playing, dude. Like, what is y'all doing? And they know it, they know it's a moneymaker. They know it. They know Oba is a moneymaker. That's why I don't understand why you didn't take him off TV after you beat Brock Lesnar. He could have sat for a month. He didn't even have to be back. He could have came back at Clash and did the open challenge. He didn't have to do it directly after WrestleMania.
I'm saying, in order to make this work, sir, they're gonna have to let Roman drop the belt at SummerSlam.
Well, yeah, I think he's gonna drop it then, but
so we're gonna have a whole month and some change of build up of that match.
So what does let's see? So that means Jimmy's gonna have and I get what Robin's saying. Jacob is dangerous territory. That means you have to utilize that.
Yeah.
You have to truly utilize. You almost have to go back to the old school when we used to go to people's homes.
It's about the twins need to quit running their mouth.
We need to go to the old school when we used to go to folk homes. Invasions. If you want that type of story, we can't do that in the ring. We gotta do these at home. Restaurants, hotels. Right. Come on, remember that was peak entertainment.
I don't know if that's gonna happen, sir.
We used to throw the Attitude Era used to throw people in the river.
Yep.
We used to throw people in the river.
Right. That's
true, Robin. That problem is too many Chiefs and not enough students. It's not.
It's the takeout menu.
Yeah, I got him saying it. It's takeout menu, man. Takeout menu is really trying to ruin wrestling. Seriously, I really do believe they trying to ruin professional wrestling as a whole. They're not here for themselves. They're not here. Watch when WWE get on Paramount. They gonna cut that deal with ESPN. No, we ain't getting what we asked for. I want to know what the ratings were on Backlash. Okay. Get back to the grind, Robert. Thank you. Thank you for jumping in.
I don't know. I ain't look. Let me go.
I gotta see what that rating was. If it was anything north of 1 million, then ESPN got something going. Especially on ESPN too. Seriously. Because and the reason why I say that, I talk about this a lot. We talk about this a lot on the X-Fan show, was about ratings with what the XFL was doing, what the UFL was doing. And if they did anything north of 500,000 to 1 million, it was considered a win, especially doing it on a secondary network.
There was 1 million people.
A secondary cable network. Said Jacob is going to be the next Brock. Nah, that's already been given to Oba.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. It was 1 million people.
It was 1 million? Okay.
Yeah, a little bit over 1.2. But the thing of it is though, is that they gave it a C plus, a B minus. You got a B minus, C plus for Backlash.
The whole event?
The whole entire show.
Okay. Because
I cannot agree though.
There's only 5 matches. There's only 5 matches in 2 hours.
And 3 of them was on ESPN too.
I'm sorry, I gotta do this, man. I hate it.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I hate it.
They didn't give us nothing.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
I mean, it's my sentiments.
Really? Okay. Maybe it's time for Coach Boy to let it go. But it so that made me wonder. Clash of Italy. These like it ain't like it ain't like when you can be on Netflix and you can add a thing anytime you want to.
Can't do it.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
This ESPN look and but this is gonna be the excuse. If we can air the French Open at 3-4 a.m. in the morning, we can do the same stuff with WWE.
Okay then. All right then. All right then.
What's the time difference in Italy, right?
Shut.
Because you know they're gonna do it. You know they're gonna do it hour 1, 0 hour. Because
It's gonna be on, the
you think
whole
I'm
show gonna
playing?
be on ESPN too.
I'm not saying that AEW was the originators of it, but when they did 0 hour, they put it on cable. Remember?
Yep.
They put 0 hour on cable, and you can sit there and say, well, WWE used to do it for PLEs with Sunday Night Heat. Then you better be lying. You better be lying on that rumor right there. Talking about some Carmelo coming to take out Paige.
I like it. Oh, I like it. If
I'd rather take out the Bella.
If that's
Take
fine,
out the
I'm
Bella.
fine with it. I'm fine
Take
with
out
it.
take out the Bella, please. Take out the Bella.
Nope.
Why is that?
Let Lash and Nia take out the Bellas.
Get him out of here, man. Get him out of here.
Or just let Judgment Day get them. Let Roxanne and Raquel get them. Then you put the belts on the Judgment Day.
I do remember that Raquel did have a nice little burn for Paige. I do remember seeing that on Raw, talking about her former past, video past, Xavier past. Shoot. So I mean, that was one sign I could have gone without. Paige. See, anything is better than stupid Liv Morgan. You know what?
Like Liv.
I don't have
like
a problem
Liv's
with
character.
Liv Morgan anymore.
Yep, me either. I like her character. I like
I
what
don't
they
have
doing.
a problem with Liv anymore, man.
Nope. At all.
It just goes to show that irky people can get crowds over. Because you don't believe me?
With Dom, and Dom got over.
Exactly. Dominic Mysterio was the best heel for 2 years running. Like when I say this man stole Austin Theory's thunder, like Austin Theory was literally going to be the best heel on the roster, and Dominic stole it in a matter of moments.
Yep.
Stole it. That's what I'm saying. That's the type of heat that it should get. Honestly, I would love to see Oba as a heel.
Oba as a heel.
Yes. Yes, sir. Don't care about nothing but Oba. Destroy everything in his path.
She said, let's say Chelsea Green can actually wrestle.
Hey, boy, you ain't no Chelsea. Why we ain't no Chelsea, yo? Why we ain't no Chelsea, man? I hate you in Chelsea, man. What's up about that?
Chelsea can wrestle. Chelsea can wrestle.
Dang. That's cold. That's cold. That's a cold game there, man.
I like Chelsea too. And she's good for comic relief.
Again, what are we doing with this one here? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing?
I don't know, because they keep on hurting her and hurting her brand. I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Is Jay smashing it totally because they done messed up?
I don't know. Maybe. If he did it.
He's almost some that's he was going on social media talking some that's mine. What you talking about, bro?
Yeah, I don't think that was. I think that
Okay.
was the fact that she is nothing but plastic. No.
He's talking about, I think he's talking about Tessa. He's talking about Liv. Talking about Liv.
Oh, okay.
She's still talking about Liv.
I'm about to say now. There's certain
Can't do
lines
that.
we don't cross with JP.
Eh. I wanted to get into some baseball. I don't feel like it today. I don't. I really don't. I was gonna talk about my boy Ella De La Cruz from the Reds from Cincinnati, one of my favorites.
Oh, you
It's
know, I don't
Julia
watch baseball.
Julia versus Stephanie Bakir. I thought she was gonna be on Raw. She still need to get her. I guess her feud with Liv is over.
Oh yeah, they killed
I
that.
hate when Takeout Menu because I ain't gonna lie, that's probably one of the better physical feuds I've seen by far.
Yeah, that was rough.
One
I
physical.
don't know. I kind of think that Drew and Jacob was massive too. They was almost about to kill each other. And if you really think about when KO and KO and Cody,
you don't think them girls was ready? Stephanie was ready to put that girl. She bust her head. Come on, man. She done had a whole knot up. See, bro, she had a whole knot sitting up here.
she did.
Had a whole knot, yo. And knocked Roxanne out along with Liv. Stephanie is somebody not to be messed with. I'm like, that was the physicality that's missing. Like we want Attitude Era, but we're scared with Attitude Era with this group.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like you got a morsel of it with the Trick Williams gingerbread man skit that they did on SmackDown. Yeah, exactly. See?
Yeah.
Okay. So before we head out, can you right now, sir, say who your Mount Rushmore of WWE is?
Ooh.
Like your all-time four.
All-time four. My personal all-time four.
Yes. Can you say who they are right now?
And this don't have nothing. What does this have something to do with? Because my categories depend on are we talking about historical? Or are we talking about just who made the greatest impact on me?
Like who your four favorites are? Yeah, like
okay,
like
my four favorites.
Doc Bailey's four favorites that he would put on a Mount Rushmore.
I got you. Stone Cold number one. I'm like the biggest Stone Cold fan. So Stone Cold would definitely be on my Mount Rushmore. Undertaker, okay. I'm sure.
Yeah,
would be on that as well. Although, and I'm trying not to go back because although I like Ric Flair, I think Ric Flair shouldn't have held the title as long as he did for as many times as he did. I
will not put him on my Mount Rushmore.
Mine either. So what I'm saying is, if I had to go based on titles, then it would be John Cena.
It'd be Cena, right?
Yeah, it would be John Cena. So I would say Cena.
Okay.
And my last one, it's gonna be hard because he ain't really liked.
By who?
Nobody.
Is he current or was he? Is he current or is he former?
Brock Lesnar, man.
You know what? If you're gonna talk about that, that's understandable. I understand why you said that. We ain't talking about outside of the ring. We talking about what's going on inside the ring, inside them ropes. And I get that.
To me, he it was the dominance. It was the the unstoppable dominance. I mean, I would have said The Rock. The Rock would have been my other choice, but I'm not a big Rock fan like that, only because of the simple fact that to me, The Rock was more effective on the mic than he was in the ring. So
yeah, the weirder it gets to
because
see.
I love my brother, who I have just literally found out that he's my brother until WrestleMania, and I messed him over. Jason Greer. I was gonna say The Rock, but my issue is The Rock is better on the mic. That to me, he's better on the mic than in the ring. So Stone Cold,
Undertaker,
John
Cena,
Cena,
Brock
and
Lesnar.
my last one would probably, I don't know. I have a toss up, man, because I got somebody in my head that he wasn't. Had he lived longer, I think we would have seen some of the greatest stuff from, and that's Eddie Guerrero.
You know, oh, see, now I didn't even think about that. I ain't never thought about that like that.
That's my point. It's like so many wrestlers that have been top notch. So to me, those three became a lot easier. John Cena, Undertaker, Stone Cold. Those are easy because during my timeline of the Attitude Era up until now, they play some of the most massive moments. But see, like I said, I have different people that like. I like Triple H, but I like Triple H once he turned. Like he was that Hunter Hearst Helmsley stuff. I didn't like. Well, when he after the I'm the one that hit you, Stone Cold. You know, dude, I was like, yo. Again, to each his own. Like I like Brock Lesnar, whereas TB and them don't like Brock. I thought Brock was amazing. I wanted to see somebody dominant come through, beat people up. I thought we was gonna get that out of Ahmed Johnson, but he found out that he wasn't, you know, what he said. Of course, Goldberg, his run was manufactured and he was a liability in the ring. But again, it's so many wrestlers out there. It's hard to just like put your finger on it.
So okay, let's see. Stone Cold, Cena, of course, because Cena was my time and whatnot. Like I really got delved into it.
For sure.
There's something about when Rock became Hollywood Rock. I enjoyed that more than anything.
Okay. All right.
Fourth person, like I said, wasn't Flair. No. I would trying to think. I was a fan of Sting. I was a really big fan of Sting. And it's like Sting / Undertaker
too,
with
man. I thought about
Sting / Undertaker is like right there, man. You know, like both of them would be, especially when Sting went dark and he went to the Crow, because that's basically what he did. I don't care what nobody say. When he went to that Crow-like figure,
yeah,
that was peak WCW 97, 90 through 99 and stuff like that. And couldn't help to have the Scorpion Death Drop. You know.
Absolutely. But, I mean, Sting would have been on. It's just so many. It's so many because they're impactful along the way. Like I'm impacted by so many things. So it's just
Roman will be there. I was gonna
put Roman there too. I can't.
Roman can't be there now because I mean this is why I will go against Roman. Roman, when Vince had put it down our throats with Roman, I wasn't a fan of that stuff. It's when Roman got aligned with Paul Heyman, that's when everything worked out.
So let me say this. I think Roman would be on my list because of the simple fact that Roman, if I had to remove one person, then my last person would be removed for Roman Reigns. I would definitely do that because of the simple fact that Brock got dominated by Roman during the pandemic and even a little bit after. So my issue is the only thing I'm real hesitant about Roman is that I'm wondering if he's gonna become stale after this. Like you can't build nothing else off of. I mean, how much further are you gonna drain the OTC, or how much further are we gonna drain the bloodline? So you're talking about him being with the Shield, what they did in NXT, how they dominate. Like I loved all of that. I loved the fact up until he told everybody he had leukemia or whatever it was that he was dealing with.
Yep.
And then coming back, he's a major superstar. And for the Undertaker to give him the push that he gave him, it means something. It should mean something. So to me, he was good. He was that guy.
I will not knock off Brock Lesnar only for the simple fact is that Brock was a company guy. Granted, he missed 8 years in between. What was it, 04 to about 2012 when he came back? Because he was doing the UFC and all that kind of stuff, and he tried to do the football and whatnot. And when he came in as the next big thing, like it was something, you know. And again, he was aligned with Paul Heyman. And then when he came back in 2012, I was like, oh my God, here comes Brock. And he had his hands on with Cena. And then he did what he did to Cena in 2014. I just hate what he did to most of the black wrestlers on the roster.
Yeah.
That he gave a black wrestler a rub for once. But my thing is that he did what was best for business.
That's why I said you gotta put Brock on that, dude.
He did what was best for business.
You talking about somebody that came in absolutely dominating, and I think that's kind of the thing why people don't like him, because he was so dominant. But everybody needed a rub, right? You have to, once you get to a certain place, you rub the next person, and so.
Right.
He's a great team player as it relates to trying to get other people over. I think it would have been great to get him and Jacob Fatu to go at it. I think I would have loved to see that.
Ooh, that's like two tornadoes just trying to go against one another. Ooh.
I'm telling you, if anything, I would have loved to see that. I would have loved to see him and Gunther go at it. Just without a retirement being on the line, I would love to have seen it.
Yeah, we got WWE 2K for that now. So
yeah, right. So I'm just saying it would have been great to see that. So
okay, all right. So we got that. We're gonna have to do that again with the. We're gonna do that again with NBA and probably the NFL because that's gonna be difficult. But we want to make it a little bit.
Now it just depends on we talking about teams, we talking about quarterbacks, we talking about wide receivers.
Like
that's gonna be a little bit more.
You ain't got 4 like favorites that you can just jump off right now. Nope. I can tell you that.
If we're talking about quarterbacks.
We'll get that when we get to the NFL season.
Because I was about to say, it's super duper easy for me.
Is it?
For quarterbacks? My favorite quarterback? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Super duper easy.
Go ahead. Yo, Mount Rushmore, real quick. You said they're easy?
Joe Montana.
Okay.
Randall Cunningham. Michael Vick. These are guys that I like. Those were I watched them, and I'm finna give you a sleeper. Doug Williams.
Oh, I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep. I
love Doug's arm, man.
Oh, man.
His arm was massive.
I'm going to
loved
sleep.
His arm. I just hated the team he was on, but I loved his arm though. I didn't like Philadelphia, but I love Randall Cunningham.
Randall was something, man.
Michael Vick for going over there, but I was a big Michael Vick fan.
I bet you was mad about that one. Yeah, I can understand. I can understand. Okay.
You know, just the guys that, because there's so many of them. You had so many, Warren Moon and Dante Culpepper, and you know,
That's see, and that's what I'm saying. That's difficult. McNabb,
McNabb.
you know.
Yep. I wasn't a big fan of Troy Aikman, although he played out. You know, I wasn't a big fan because I didn't like he couldn't run, he couldn't scramble, he couldn't throw
He wasn't
long
scrambling.
passes. Yeah, no. So I wasn't a big fan, but I mean I appreciate him for getting the rings that they got, but not a big fan.
He had one of the best football games around. For real, believe it or not, Troy Aikman football was actually pretty fun to play on sake. So shout out to for that reason.
Whoa! I missed one. Peyton Manning. I cannot take the Manning off of the table.
So who is gone?
Who I say last? Doug Williams. Peyton Manning. Bye-bye. Peyton, you can't. Ain't no way you're gonna do football without Peyton.
Well, I'm curious to see where Mahomes is going when his career is all said and done. Where he would be when he retires, because Mahomes is going to be up there.
No, he's gonna be. He probably. If I had to go on stats, then that would be a different. None of the players that I called would be on Mount Rushmore if I went on stats. Of course, Pat Mahomes would be up there. Of course, Tom Brady would be on that list because those are stat guys, right? I can go based on championships, based on statistics. But you asked me my favorites.
Yeah, you did, and I did ask you that. And these are guys that will help you win a game too. So I mean,
would I put the ball in their hands at the end of a quarter or at the end of a game to expect something out of it? Absolutely. Every single time. Joe Montana, Randall Cunningham, Michael Vick, Peyton Manning. The ball will be in their hands at some point.
You might as well start doing top fives. Throw a fifth person out there. Because man, it's gonna get difficult at times with some of these lists.
I mean, if we're gonna do top five, we're gonna have to go down every major position, like running back, wide receiver, safety.
Because there's so freaking many.
Yeah.
I think I can do the receivers. I think I can do my favorite five. I think I can do my favorite five. Yeah. I think so.
Receivers?
Yeah, wide receiver.
Yeah. Okay. I got a few of them. You said, but you got a few though. No, I got a few. Of course, you know, I got about four. One I got to think about.
Said four and one you got to think about, right?
Yeah, I got four for sure. That would be on my list. Absolutely.
Of my favorites.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
And I just thought about a fifth one just now. Okay. Yeah, I think
what's crazy is that I know I could definitely give three.
Wide receiver?
Yeah, I can give you three right now off the cuff.
What? You give it to me. Let me see.
Jerry Rice, Larry Fitzgerald, my boy Isaac Bruce. I don't care what nobody say. I loved Isaac. I love the Reverend Ike. You ain't gonna sit there and deny me.
Okay.
On the Reverend Ike. I
didn't have Isaac.
But I don't expect. I honestly do not expect many people to have him on their list because I'm gonna be biased about that, especially him and Torrey Holt. We had the best wide receiver tandem, I believe, for a long time. You know, I would throw Torrey Holt on there just because of what both of them were able to do. You know, on those teams. You know, and him 1,000-yard seasons from both of them when they were there.
But see, you're talking about stats though. But that's.
But I'm saying right, but they were dynamic on one on each side, and it's like you had a hard time figuring out who you could get. Terrell Owens is another.
Yep, I thought about Marvin Harris.
I hate it. Even though I have mad respect for his game, so that's five right there. That's five.
I thought about Megatron.
Oh Lord, I forgot. But see,
I'm just
The
saying.
team he was on. It was the team he was on, man.
I'm just saying it was the team, but I'm thinking about Megatron. I'm
Oh,
sitting here
Lord.
thinking about Michael Irvin. I'm thinking about
Irvin was there. I was thinking about Mike too. I was thinking about Mike, man.
you got Randy Moss.
Oh,
got
Lord,
Monster.
that Randy. If I had to remove somebody, I would move Tory for Randy. Oh yeah. Oh, no question.
I'm telling
No
you, man.
question. I'll remove Tory for Randy in the heartbeat.
It's too hard to do. But I mean,
But
yeah.
if I, but that's the reason why, like I said, I saw that, and of course I seen Randy too, because ain't nobody in the history of the game I ever see get 3 catches, 3 touchdowns on Bautista.
Absolutely, absolutely.
3 catches, 163, and 3
And
touchdowns. All of them were touchdown
Megatron
catches.
was my guy, though. Megatron was my guy. I just hated the team.
Yeah.
he was on. Megatron was.
If the Lions, if he was on the Lions now, I think this would have been year 16 for him. No, he would have been retired.
18.
He ain't pulling no Jerry Rice. Ain't no way.
But I
No
mean,
way.
think
All right.
about it. Had he played with them, I don't know.
Ooh, he would have had to face a lot of double teams.
Then you would have messed up because who they got on the other side?
You talking about Amon St. Brown and stuff? Yeah.
Yeah. Who came off on an injury, came in the game against the Texans and killed. So yeah, don't. And you think about it, with him and Megatron, over it.
It's hard to not deny Andre Johnson because of the teams that the teams that he was on. Like same thing with Marvin Harrison.
Ocho Cinco.
Man, no, I wouldn't put. I love Chad, but Chad ain't on them lists, man.
I wanted somebody with them hands. I'm sorry, he had them hands. That
he did have the hands. He did have the hands, but he just not there for me, man.
It's hard to do. It's hard to do.
That's like running backs. If we try to do that that's gonna be the most difficult to do.
Oh no, it's worse. That's even worse. That's definitely worse for me.
Shoot, you can even say quarterbacks, CBs, like yeah.
Oh yeah, that's bad.
Or defensive backs, period.
That's why I say it's gonna be hard to do that. We will have to only deal with stats in order to make that work.
Dynamic players, as when they were around and stuff like that, the dynamic of them. Like we would instantly say Deion Sanders would probably be considered one of the best corners to ever play the game.
Ever.
Dynamic. As much as you want to sit there, say that if you want to talk about defensive backs, Ronnie Lott was the most hard-hitting safety that ever played the game and stuff like that. There's so many. I honestly did not get to see Art Monk play as a receiver for Washington. I knew about him and stuff. Same with Steve Largent. Like by the time I got to Steve Largent had retired, from the game. And shoot, man, pretty soon Mike Evans is gonna be on people's list too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Watch out for that name, Mike Evans, man. He gonna creep up on you.
Bro, let's get out of here. I gotta get to this program.
All right. We wanted to get something in, so we definitely did that.
We did that.
All right, so let's get out of here. See y'all Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
Back in studio again from the home spot. Thank you for the A-Train Adventure Dogs that tuned in and stuff. We'll catch you then.
Yes, sir. Peace and hair grease, y'all.
See y'all later. That's all right. Yeah.
This is the X Fan Show. For the fans, by the fans.